Hello, everybody. Once again, this is Lycan. We're here to review the brand new footage Monster Hunter released. Now, this time it wasn't released on their YouTube channel. It was released on their Game Informer little article. As you know, Monster Hunter is now featured on the December edition of Game Informer, where they have 4 pages of spreads of information. I'll be doing an article review after, probably when I read the article, and give you like what I took from the article and what I didn't take. I mean, you know. So let's just get into this video.
Sometimes I sit in my room.
It's Golf Radio. You're on the air with Shea Powers. We're taking requests. Get that one. What's your name?
All right, so this is the video of pretty much the area called the Coral Highlands. I'm not sure if it's the same as the Rotten Vale where they're put together. I hear people say they are, but I don't know. So this is pretty much the Coral Highlands. Let's take a look at it. It's brand new to me and brand new to you. Let's see if we get anything new from it.
Hey everybody, this is Ben Hansen from Game Informer, and I'm here with Jeff Cork from Game Informer.
Hi buddy.
Hey.
We're at Game Informer.
So what we're looking at today is a new gameplay footage from Monster Hunter World running on a PS4.
This is the Coral Highlands.
Yeah.
What did you think of this one, Cork? You seem really tickled by the Coral Highlands.
I am super into this level because, as I probably said a million times, it has everything I like about undersea world.
I'm sorry for the quality. I didn't know people were going to talk over this. So far, it looks pretty, even though I know the quality is horrible. I'm sorry. This is what I've been given. I don't even think I can change I can't even change, if it's HD or not. See, can't change it. So, yeah.
World, like the visually and everything, I think those are always super interesting, but
yeah, look at that, for example.
Swimming.
Yeah, no swimming involved. And we even asked the creators of Monster Hunter, like, is this kind of a tip of the cap to the underwater levels from previous games without actually the hassle of having to swim around? They're like, no, not really. We just think it looks cool.
Yeah.
But we should explain exactly why we know so much about Coral Highlands, which is that we went out to Japan for the new cover story for Game Informer.
That's true.
Yeah, and we got a special presentation where Fujioka-san and Takuda-san, two of the main driving forces over there from Monster Hunter, sat us down and talked about the creation of Coral Highlands, in addition to some other things which we'll talk about later throughout the month of coverage, rolling out at GameInformer.com/Monster Hunter. So they really stressed how they are into like the ecosystem angle of Monster Hunter, and it seems like in particular.
One thing I can say about this is, so far, it's very detailed. I know the quality is bad, but it's very detailed. And then if you can remember when we was just sliding above this little coral see-through type stuff, it kind of reminded me of a board. I can't remember when they introduced it, but it was like the board was full of trees and it was like you can climb at the top, and it was all tree trunks and like leaves and stuff like that. It was very orange colored. If anybody remembers what that area is called, comment below. I believe the theme monster for the area was like a monkey that was climbing, or like an iguana, something like that. I think it was a monkey that was climbing, and the monkey had like crazy hair. So let me know what that area is called.
The Coral Highlands, they really geek out over making sure that this world, as fantastical as it looks, I mean, just look at this beautiful thing, that it is relatively grounded, that you can have a flow chart of like, okay, this eats this, and it gets its source from this.
Right. And they kind of, like the earlier 2 maps that we saw are more grounded in reality. There's like a desert type map.
Wildspire Waste.
Wildspire Waste, the ancient forest, as you might expect, that has a lot of trees in it. So they kind of, like the earlier 2 Wildspire Waste.
Right off bat, this looks like a ketsu. I think it's called a ketsu. You know, the little mouth, little penis looking thing? Like the thing that has like electricity and a little suction tail. I think it's called a ketsu. It reminds me of a ketsu, like straight off the bat. So it kind of gets me like, did they take the model off from a ketsu? Look how its neck moves. It's kind of ketsu-like. Look at it.
Waste, the ancient forest, as you might expect, that has a lot of trees in it. So the things that you would go, okay, this is like real life or whatever. And this level is just like, this is when it opens up and you're like, oh, okay, this game is going to do something.
I feel like these smaller things, I don't know what these things are, like right here. I feel like those things are going to like annoy me, or like they're already annoying me. They look like little babies of the actual bigger monsters, so that's possible.
Weird stuff.
Yeah, that's definitely the way that they explain.
And judging from this, it looks like that monster's name is Paolumu. 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 Paoluma. Let's look what the monsters. See, it says footprints right here.
It is this world is kind of like the gateway where it comes right after Wildspire Waste, and once you hit this spot, then it's really launching you out of the canon into the realm of the weird.
Yep.
This is the entire premise for Monster Hunter World, is that this is a new continent to explore. And what fun is a new continent if it's like, okay, here's another Earth-like place, here's another Earth-like place, but no, we're getting freaky.
Well, this is like an Earth-like place, but dry.
We're getting freaky.
My favorite kind of Earth-like
Exactly.
place. So stuff that's going on in this actual area, I don't know if we're going to see it in this footage, but there are zip lines going around the...
Dude, do you see the level of depth? This is crazy. Depth. My bad. I think thought I said depth. You see the level of depth? Look at this.
world, which is interesting.
Look
I
at
hope
down
we
there.
can show
That was
it off
crazy.
At some point.
Yeah.
So talking to the team about how they came up with this place, it has a bizarre tie-in actually to an old area, an old map from Monster Hunter 4, which was the Ancestral Steppe. And they went to Chile for research for that game.
Yeah, they went to like a national park.
In Chile, yeah.
And incidentally, like that area has a lot of wind in it, and it kind of inspired them to figure out what would something that's like weathered and like completely deluged by wind over thousands of years would look like.
And a lot of updrafts and everything like
updrafts,
that.
yep.
And so they took the visual inspiration from that trip to Chile for the...
You can't tell me that this monster's model is not off of the Ketsu. It does the same actions. If I can find how Ketsu roars, I will actually put it side by side. But I don't know what the intention is. If they just wanted to just get the model over with and just change the monster up and just add a couple of effects. I mean, but I don't know. Either way, the monster looks beautiful. Every monster is pretty detailed. This one might be the most detailed because it's more fluffy. And yeah. And look at his teeth. His teeth is fucked up.
Ancestral Steppe in Monster Hunter 4, and then took the wind aspects. It's very windy in the national park, and then they used that to help design this area here. And
Hey,
who
look
do we
at
have
that guy.
here? Who is this crazy critter?
This is a Paolumu? Yeah, well, as always, these Monster Hunter names, I gotta say, I will butcher them every time, so get used to that.
Yeah, Paolumu.
Paolumu.
Yeah, and he's one of the more interesting creatures. Probably, I think, the most interesting monster that we saw, at least in the Coral Highlands
kinda like-
itself.
Kind of like a bat with a beaver tail kind of thing going on there, and we'll see it soon. I hope he can inflate his throat sac so that he can catch air on the updrafts
Yeah,
in
and
this map.
inspired by squirrels, apparently.
Yes, maybe squirrels are different in Osaka.
Sorry, somebody's calling me. Let's wait until that finishes. Always at the wrong time. Okay, that person finished calling me. I'm back now. Let's go.
In addition to that throat sac giving him increased mobility, he can kind of discharge a big blast of air at you as well too. So it has some effect.
Okay, I know the quality is bad, but you can't tell me that that looks like the fluffiest graphic of all time. They really use the graphics to like these engines to their advantage. I mean, that fur looks like it's like mink. You know what I'm saying? Just looks nice. That looks like real fur, like dead ass.
Offensive capabilities in there as well. If you hit him, you can't pop him, which was something that you did ask. Hey, can I pop this thing? And regrettably, you can't. You can cause it to forcibly discharge it, but it doesn't like explode like a trick cigar or anything like that.
Yeah, I guess it'll do.
You put your head down on the desk in disappointment when you found out about that. But
Would have been really satisfying just take a little spears. Makes like a balloon sound.
oh yeah,
I love the way that the big air sac looks.
Mhm.
It's a pretty good looking game overall, as I hope you can see, and just the weird physics that have to go into just that weird marshmallow sack undulating around.
yeah,
It's
it's
fascinating.
kind of similar to the great Jagras enemy that was
Yeah.
in I think he's in Ancient Forest.
Yep.
When he eats another monster, he gets really distended in like a big belly that's kind of flopping around. It's somewhat similar visually to that throat pouch.
And so other monsters that I don't know if we're going to get a glimpse of in this actual gameplay footage, but they have kind of wyvern-like creatures they call Raphanos flying around. And the base of the entire ecosystem is the coral. as they saw it. So things are eating the coral, the raffinos, and then there's even things like the top of the food chain is Legiana.
Okay, this seems like this is the first time that I've seen a mount. Not in any Monster Hunter game. I'm not sure they have mounts in the air, but this is the first time I've seen Monster Hunter World a player mounting a monster in the air. He just mounted it, took off his little fluff, whatever you want to call it, inflatable thing, and he's just still tearing them up. But it's crazy, man. The graphics are crazy. And they are true. The physics are ridiculously nice. I see like this is what I saw. This is the potential I seen years ago when it came out for PlayStation 2. And then once we got to the next gen consoles, I've always wondered why they did not make a Monster Hunter game. But it seems as if they were right there thinking exactly how we were thinking. It just takes time to make it and make it quality. I think they really took their time to make all this quality. This is really good quality. I'm liking it, man. I'm so excited.
Which is an awesome looking dragon type creature with just beautiful wings.
They're kind of like they look like leaves almost.
Yeah, it's a really cool design. And so that monster lives like on the top of the peak where the coral kind of fades away within this map and feasts on the Raffinos. And then we have the freaky Paolumu kind of running around. So here's a Paolumus. This is where we actually saw him fight.
Yeah, the coral is kind of discharging these little seeds, and that's what like you said earlier, the ecosystem's based on that.
Yeah. Also, a thing we should point out is you asked, hey, because this is all underwater, is there any bioluminescence taking place in the Coral Highlands? And they said, yeah, in some of the darker areas.
Yeah. So look for that.
Also, the coral.
Okay, so now this just makes the whole thing about Roddenvale and Coral Highlands being together all even more weirder. The fact that one, he was able to catch fish on the floor. There's no water. You're not swimming anywhere right now. Two, he just said that there's coral everywhere. You know where coral resides at like pretty much below sea level. Wow, I think that's how it is. Whatever. Three is the fact that he just said that you are underwater. So I'm not sure what this means. Is this like one of those underwater cave areas? Is this a big stupid underwater cave area? Is this right under Roddenvale? Yeah. Is this under Roddenvale? We don't know. That's what it's seeming like. So if that's the case, then whoever said Roddenvale and Coral Highlands are the same, you are correct.
Coral, it looks beautiful, and it also is going to have a beneficial aspect for some players because I guess like some areas of the map here for the Coral Highlands are kind of mushy and soft, and the monsters will actually get stuck in it. It's kind of like more of a mud-like aspect to coral.
Yeah, it'll slow them down and give you a chance to kind of outmaneuver them depending on the weapon that you're using for that particular hunt.
Yeah, absolutely. But they seemed really proud of this map. I think it's the most interesting looking area that I've seen from the game so far.
Absolutely.
I'm really excited to see like if this is going to be the standout map in the game, or if it's how can it get wackier than this place?
Toy Factory.
Yeah, Toy Factory, Chicago.
Clockwork Map.
Yeah.
Castlevania tie-in.
So throughout the month of coverage, yeah, we're going to be showing new gameplay footage because we got a lot of time to play this game. It's sort of diving in deep on a couple interesting aspects. Talking about the creation of several of the most exciting monsters in the game, including the one that's on the cover of Game Informer, you might have noticed. We're also going to dive deep in our hands-on impressions on an episode of the Game Informer Show podcast. You can look forward to that. So, hey, if you like Monster Hunter, stay tuned. I think you learned something throughout the month.
Yeah, man. Go check out that actual magazine. It should be some pretty information. I know I'm going to read it. Pretty much what I'm going to do is read the article and then give an in-depth, pretty much review on what I thought about it. So far from this video, I thought it looked pretty good. I mean, we've seen the Coral Highlands from here, and there. Excuse me, but it was pretty good to see the actual Paolumu, transform into the little fluffy thing, and the fur looks beautiful, crazy good. We're going to do a new segment. After every video trailer review I do for Monster Hunter or anything like that, we're going to actually go over some subscriber comments or like people who commented. Random people who comment. I'm going to go over 3 comments, people who commented, and then we're just going to talk about it. Simple as that. So, first one to say, we're going to do Rodrigo DM. He states, curious facts. Roddenvale is under the Coral Highlands. Okay, so every monster which die in the Coral Highlands falls in the Vale. The red monster was carrying a dead Legiana. That monster which has yellow rings. We know it was dead because it lost its colors. Legiana is the apex predator, top of the food chain in Coral map. And the red. Okay, so now someone is saying that the Roddenville is under the Coral Highlands. I can't wait to see what the truth is. Next comment. We have Joseph Barclay. Um, I believe I was asking about the order of of the order of the actual boards in recent history, and I believe he corrected me and said this is the actual order: ancient forest, desert, Coral Highlands, then Rottenvale. So Rottenvale should be after the Coral Highlands. I think it should be different because they released the Rottenvale before Coral Highlands, but he may be right. Third one, we have Rela. The Coral Highlands and Rottenville are two different maps. It's so confusing. I don't know. Yes, they are two different maps. They're two different areas, but are they together? Are they separate? Like who knows? All right. So that was the past comments. I hope you guys liked the video. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like the video, and I'll see you guys next time they release more content. I'll also be releasing a new video about the actual article for Game Informer that covers Monster Hunter World. See you later. Peace.